Holland's annual Tulip Time Festival continues this week. After a record-breaking weekend, more than 25,000 people visited Windmill Island alone. And with more beautiful weather expected this week, attendance likely to be high. 13 on your side, Chief Meteorologist George Lessons is in Holland now at Tulip Time with Carnival and more for your forecast. Hi, George.
Hi, it's a beautiful afternoon here in Holland. I always love coming over here, especially when the weather is turning out to be nearly perfect, if not a little bit on the warm side. But the carnival is going on. Folks are enjoying it, and we are really going to enjoy this week here in Holland live. Let's take a look at some of the cameras around the Holland area. Yep, tulips are in full bloom here in West Michigan. Skies are virtually sunny, and we're going to stay sunny here most of this week. Let's check the carnival there. Maybe I'm going to wave. No, can't quite see me. 78 degrees right now here at the Civic Center. Also over in downtown, it is 78. Beautiful tulips have been blooming thanks to the warm weather, especially today. And Windmill Island Gardens, we're looking at lots of sunshine. And windmill not turning right now, even though there's enough wind to turn it. We've got a lot of clear skies across the area. A few high clouds here and there. Active weather today is going to be up around the Minneapolis area. And some of those storms that are developing right now will, the tops of those are going to overspread the area late tonight, but by this time tomorrow the skies will have cleared and we'll be back into some sunshine and very warm temperatures. Right now we're 77 in Grand Rapids, but we're going to top 80 here tomorrow. A lot of 80s off to our west and 80 plus weather all the way through Saturday of this week. It is 78 here in Holland, 81 in Muskegon. That represents about a 10 to 15 degree jump in our temperatures here since yesterday. Temperatures tomorrow will start out in the mid 60s and climb up to 81 plus in the afternoon. You can see cloudy skies in the morning with increasing sunshine as we head into the afternoon. Certainly is going to be a warm week here in West Michigan, and the tulips love this warm weather, but as meteorologist Samantha Jacks crunched the numbers, she saw how the changing climate could be impacting this event.
In just the blink of an eye, tulips turn from this to this. But what role does our ever-changing climate play in tulip development?
The timing of when we plant them happens at the same time every year, and then it's based upon Mother Nature and the weather as to when they come up and bloom.
But weather trends over a long period, known as climate, have been changing.
Now, when it comes to spring, this is where we see the most drastic changes here in West Michigan. And this is because we are by the lakes. So we have significantly more rain.
Since 1951, there has been a 13% increase in seasonal precipitation in the spring. This is in large part due to the average increase in temperatures in West Michigan. Tulip Time recognized this change in 2001.
Historically, that's a little bit before my time, but reading some documents from before, they did move it up a week just because of the fear of weather. The changing in the temperature, the warmer it got in the spring, the thought was the quicker the tulips would bloom.
This change has helped us adapt to our changing climate most years.
You know, we've only had 1 year in the 21 years that I've been doing this that we have not had any blooms during the festival. 2012, we don't talk about it very much, but STEM Fest year.
That year in West Michigan, March snapped out of winter quickly, with 9 days spent over 70 degrees, sending our tulips into early bloom, causing the legendary STEM Fest. If climate trends continue the way that they are, Tulip Time could have to adapt again in the future.
And there are two ways how climate change is affecting those events. One is the impact on the crop itself.
In this case, the timing of when they bloom.
And the second is the impact on the hospitality and tourism. And in my opinion, it's that second area, at least we can better understand and predict and think about what we can do about it.
A difficult obstacle that event planners will have to deal with, but thankfully, our tulips will continue to blossom.
Yeah, so the tulip's pretty bomb-proof.
Of course, we can still grow tulips even if, until the end of the world, even if the temperature, even under the worst climate change scenario, because it's a cultivated crop.
It's just with our climate becoming warmer, wetter, and more erratic, it may be more difficult to pinpoint when. And you might just have to enjoy looking at them with an umbrella in your hand. For the 13 on Your Side Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Samantha Jacks.
Thanks, Sam. Absolutely windy and sunny out here. I need to get one of those traditional Dutch hats. to help the hair just a little bit here tonight. But I'm going to be live here for the next 90 minutes or so with the carnival going on in the background. That's what that is. Then coming up at 6, we're talking to the volunteer and event organizer about how this year's event is going so far. Juliet?
All right, George. Boy, that's a good concentration with that ride behind you. And if you do want to go to the Tulip Time Carnival, it continues until 10 o'clock tonight. You can also enjoy the carnival every day through Sunday. Tomorrow and Wednesday it will begin at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then Thursday and Friday it starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. On Saturday the carnival starts at 11 in the morning. Tulip Time runs through Sunday, and you'll find all of this information and much more on our website, 13onyourside.com/tuliptime.